Thank you so much, Yvonne, and thank you for inviting me to this this fascinating seminar. Really interesting presentations from everyone on the topic of today. And I just wanted to reflect a bit on what I heard, and also present a bit what we are doing in our unit and together with the European Union to boost blockchain deployment, and also touch upon, of course, the areas that we have discussed here on data privacy and other solutions, the centralized solutions. I just say first of all that we, so in my unit, we're leading the work of developing an EU strategy for blockchain. And we are developing this then with the member states, with industry and so on. The vision for this that we have put together is building on the competitive strengths of the EU, where we also, of course, enforcing the top priorities of the day, which is, first of all, sustainability. We want to encourage the use of blockchain technologies that are sustainable. And we also want to support the use of blockchain for more sustainability in the economy, so supporting the Green Deal, where you use blockchain technologies to actually then roll out solutions that can help in the digital transformation. Scalability is also an important part of this vision. So to be useful to Europe's industry, blockchain technology needs both low latency and high throughputs, and it must also be interoperable with one another to achieve the economies of scale and the scope. Thirdly, as we heard today, privacy is utmost important for us, since blockchain includes the immutability of data and records, which is very useful in creating trust in the authenticity of data. But this is also a challenge then for consumers, as we heard, and users of this to have personal data records or even removed from a ledger. So we do encourage technical solutions that are reconcilable with both the immutability concept and is compatible with the GDPR principles. But we have heard in the presentations today from the very good research project that you're presenting that we're advancing in this area, and that there are solutions coming out that will be able to tackle this. Fourth of all, cyber resilience is important. We know that blockchains are more resilient to hacking than databases, but cyber risks, of course, still are present in, especially around off-chain exchanges through digital wallets and with Oracle, so on. So we want Europe's industry to be able to benefit from the safest solution to compete worldwide. So with this vision that we've put together, how do we plan to deploy or develop solutions in this area? We do this in cooperation. It's very, very important to cooperate in this area on many levels, so both the public and private sectors. We have three main initiatives in this area, which we work, first of all, close cooperation with the EU member states, all EU member states, and Norway and Liechtenstein in something that we call the European Union Blockchain Partnership. That partnership has been working now for 2 years to establish a European blockchain services infrastructure. This is the real deployment of cross-border use cases in public services that will support things like self-sovereign identity, exchange of diplomas, diploma credential using digital identity, regular reporting in the area of customs and VAT, and notarization of documents proving their authenticity, which is useful for all kinds of use cases. Secondly, we have established a blockchain observatory forum with the support of the European Parliament. This is a broad stakeholder observatory that involves experts, researchers, academics, but also industry, startups, and so on, in a mapping of the expertise and the state-of-the-art expertise in different areas, to collect knowledge and share that expertise openly, broadly, and globally. The Blockchain Observatory Forum have developed a number of reports over the last years. There are one in GDPR as well, on how different approaches to tackle the question at hand, with the contradictions, perceived contradiction between GDPR and blockchain. But I think that we're advancing very fast on this area. It doesn't seem to be an area that worries so much people that are active in the field. But what we rather must do, and what you're very much doing in today's seminar as well, is to share solutions and make them more widely available of how this can be tackled. But there are many other reports and knowledge to share in this forum. There are works on interoperability, standardization. There are deep dives in different verticals like health sector and so on. So I really encourage you to connect to this forum and contribute and share that expertise that you have. Thirdly, in terms of cooperation, the European Commission has facilitated the establishment of International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications, which is called INATBA short. This is a global organization of blockchain stakeholders from industry, which has as a mission to build global governance and interoperability frameworks across different blockchain producers and users. This association is headquartered in Brussels. It has various working groups in many different verticals of use of blockchain, and it also works with interoperability in user group and standardization. I mean, one thing that we would like this organization to do is to federate work in standardization and put that forward to international standardization bodies. And we actually had a workshop yesterday that kicked off a series of roundtables together with the INATBA, where we have identified 60 research and innovation projects under Horizon 2020 that works with blockchain, 60. And together with them, we will try to find out what kind of research results could be put forward to different standardization bodies. And it's very possible some of your projects were also present in that first round of workshops that took place yesterday, but there will be a series of them. And then I would like to just mention a few, if I have a couple of minutes more, Yvonne, would be okay.
Absolutely, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, great, thanks. These policy initiatives that we have are underway now to tackle these different challenges that we see still in the area of blockchain. I mentioned the European Blockchain Partnership and the European Blockchain Services Infrastructure, which is an important initiative from us. We really want this to be a trailblazer for both public services, but in a prolongation, together with private sector, also develop use of blockchain. And what we would like to do now in the next, let's say, budgetary framework in the next 7 years of programming from the EU, we would like to launch a quite substantial innovation procurement for the blockchain services infrastructure, and to attract European consortia in combinations, startups, SMEs, and with larger companies to bid for solutions that would roll out those services. And this will be coming as soon as we have the agreement between member states on the new budget, but it should start next year. And one of the initiatives in here, which ties into a little bit of discussion we had on regulatory framework, is the establishment of a regulatory sandbox. So in here, we would like to bring in smaller players, in particular SMEs and startups that have solutions that are interesting to deploy and applications, and bring them in contact with regulators in their area, so that they can discuss in real life the application and see if it's compatible with what potential tensions could be with the regulatory framework at stake, so that we can help these applications and the startups to roll them out in a compliant way. And this could, of course, also feed into thoughts of perhaps adjusting the regulatory framework. We really need to increase the access to funding substantially. I talked about this innovation procurement. We hope it's going to be substantial, but we also want to continue research and innovation. Like you see now, we're very relevant, important result coming out. We need more research on decentralized data usage, privacy, enhancing, and how to solve the issue of data portability, which was also mentioned in the beginning. Is a very important part of GDPR, which is still not really delivered on a large scale. We have established a fund together with the EIB and the EIF, the European Investment Bank. It is a cornerstone investment that we had from the EU that has been now leveraged 6 times together with co-investment from private sector to a 600 million euro fund supporting startups in the area of artificial intelligence and blockchain for the next couple of years. And we want to increase this fund because we see an enormous need and interest in that. The regulatory frameworks I just mentioned, we have just launched, I think, first of its kind regulatory framework and legislation on digital assets, crypto assets, which includes both classification of different types of digital assets and particularly clarifying the area of utility tokens and how that could be used cross-border. So this, we hope, is going to clarify a bit that legislation. It was on demand very much from member states starting to put in place their own legislation. And we think it's important to harmonize so we really can make use of the single market to its full extent in this area. And here we also, of course, the legal framework includes promotion of standard setting, and it's very important that we are present in the international standardization setting right now, which is going to pave the way for the market globally for European players. And last but not least, in the policy initiatives we have undertaken is to also boost and support the development of skills in blockchain, because we see an enormous lack of skills. This is one of the areas you can get employed immediately and with very good salary if you have skills in the blockchain area. We do need to improve skills, improve the output from universities in that area, and also help companies to transform and make use of the technology in existing outfits. So just a few of the initiatives that we have underway, but I just want to leave a little bit time now.
Sure. Yeah,
for further questions and discussions that I'm sure you will have in the panel.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much